Hey little fish, we've got another award for you today. We're going to do Know Your Body. Requirement number 1, learn 1 Corinthians 6:19. Don't you realise that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit who lives in you and was given to you by God? You do not belong to yourself. Requirement number 2, name 12 parts of the body. Well, let's have a go. We might even be able to name more. We have our head and our eyes and our ears and our nose and our mouth. What's inside your mouth? A tongue. Oh, I can think about eyebrows. And maybe we have shoulders. We've got arms and hands and fingers. And we also have our legs, and we have our toes, and we have our feet, and we have elbows. I'm sure there's lots of other places that you can name too. So let's have a go. You name 12 parts of your body. Requirement number 3, draw your body and label the 12 parts. Well, you might be able to get mum or dad to draw around you while you're lying on the floor with maybe some butcher's paper, or if you don't, maybe you could get a doll and trace around that for draw your body. I'm going to use my adventurer bear, and we're going to trace around him or draw around him, and then we're going to label the 12 parts of our body. So let's go with drawing around this adventurer bear. Oh, I'm not really very good at drawing him, but hopefully we'll have something that looks a little bit like a bear when we're finished. And then we're going to label his 12 parts. So think about what we should label. You think about it, tell me if you've decided on what we're going to label. So can you see my adventurer bear? He's got a bit of a fat tummy, or he's got a bit of a side tummy. So let's label his ears. So there, his ears here. And I'm going to, maybe we should make him with a bit of a red nose. What do we think? So he's got a nose, and that's his nose there. And what about some eyes? He's got some eyes there. So let's label some eyes. And what else have we got? So we've done his feet, we've done his tummy, we've done his hands. We can put some little spots there to make it into fingers. And what about that? We've traced around our adventurer bear. Now what about you? Have you been able to trace around something like a doll or a bear, or even better, if your mum or dad can get some butcher's paper, which is very long paper, you lie down and then have it traced around, and then you can label your 12 body parts, and then you'll be able to show it to me. Take a photo and send it to me. Requirement number 4, what are knees used for? The knee is the most complex joint in the body. It joins your thigh bone with your shin bone, and it acts as a lever, and that joint bends and stretches. Why don't you bend and stretch your knee now while we're talking about it? The other thing that your knee does, it makes you able to run and walk and play sport. One of the things that I like to use my knees for is to kneel down and to talk to Jesus. Requirement number 5, what does your face do for you and others? Well, we see many faces every day. When you wake up, you might see the face of your mum and dad. Or if you look in the mirror, you'll see your own face. When you look in that mirror and look at your own face, pull a face. Show me that you're happy with a smile. Show me that you're angry with your eyebrows crunched. Show me that you're thinking with your eyes looking up. Just remember that your face is like a mirror. You can tell others what you're thinking and what you're feeling. But when we look into the face of Jesus, when we spend time learning about Jesus, we start to become in his likeness. We become more like him. So have a look in that mirror, pull some funny faces, maybe cross your eyes, but think about, what does your face tell others about you? Requirement number 6, what are some useful things that you can do with your hands? Well, I'm sure that it would be good if you could pick up your toys. You can use your hands to do that. And maybe you could even help wash the dishes. What about trying to help do some cooking? Other things that I think are useful to do with your hands, remember on the end of your hands are your arms, and you can give someone a big hug and say I love them. So you think of some useful things you can do with your hands. Requirement number 7, how can you use your mouth for Jesus? Did you know that on average we speak 7,000 words a day? That is so many, I can't even count them. Now how can you use your mouth for Jesus? Remember the things that you say, people will hear. So think of some nice things to say. Remember to say, I love you, Mum, I love you, Dad. And say nice things to your brothers and your sisters. So remember, the words that you speak, people will hear. Say some things that will tell others about Jesus. And remember that you can use your mouth for Jesus to tell others about how much He loves you and how much He loves me. Well, little fish, I hope you've had fun doing the Know Your Body Award, and I hope that you know your body a bit better, and I'm hoping that we can all see each other again soon. Have fun, happy adventuring!